Welcome, Tarot fam. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a deep dive into some craziness. We're going to be talking about the Epstein files. I'll be right back. Welcome back, Tarot fam. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. In this Two for Tuesday, we're going to be talking about the Epstein files. Now, I haven't been really deep into the Epstein files yet, but I'm getting a lot of stuff in my feed. I think I need to start paying attention. So, we're going to be focused on the FBI and the perceived mishandling of the Epstein client list. So Dan Bongino is very upset. Kash Patel, Pam Bondi are both talking out of both sides of their mouth. Some time ago, I did a reading on Pam Bondi, and I did say that she had some stuff behind the scenes going on. She had some interesting curiosities in her reading. So you can go on back, you can go check that out. It wasn't alive, so you're gonna have to do some digging. But let's take a look at how the FBI is really functioning behind the scenes on this. So I've had a subscriber bloom. So if you're a new subscriber, welcome. I've stayed away from this topic, so you came in at the right time. To all my subs, members, private clients, thank you guys so much. It's been an amazing year so far. We're going to do some amazing things for the remainder of the summer. I'm starting a 6-month predictions reading for all celebrities. So every Saturday, instead of Saturday Super Read, you're going to get a 6-month prediction from July to December on your favorite celebrities. I know you guys love this in January when I do the 1-year reads for all the hot and trending celebrities. So we're going to do a 6-month look at some of our favorites. I don't know, Britney's going to be in there, maybe Bill Clinton, who knows? There's going to be crazy people in there. So let's get going. I'm going to bring up the card view. As always, hit that like button when I bring this up, and let's giddy up, boys and girls. So make this nice and big. We're back to tarot after that super live yesterday with Lenormand reads on Harry, the Prince of Wales. So we talked about the alleged peace talks and the leaking of that. So if you want to go look at that, that is a live from yesterday, Monday night. Monday's typically my day off, so you guys got a treat. So what role has the FBI played in keeping the Epstein client list secret? The Hermit. The Hermit's very curious. The Hermit goes off into the distance to consider the compiled knowledge that he has. He goes out into the wilderness to decide how that information affects him morally, ethically, legally. He goes away. So the FBI has hidden this list. For what reason? Let's get some more clarifiers here. They got to lock it down. They got to lock it down so that that King of Pentacles gets a brand new day. It's a brand new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. Who is that King of Pentacles? And I don't want to say it, guys. You know who I think it is. I think we may have some issues with an elected official. I think we may have some trouble there. So is this who I think it is? We're going to use pendulum. Got both my elbows down. Is this who I think it is? The King of Pentacles, who I think it is. God dang it. That's a yes. I do declare that there is some damning information in that list. I think they are trying to protect certain high-placed individuals. What the cards say, guys. They're trying to give him a new dawn, a new day, new life. So, was this ordered by him? Oh crap. That's a yes. Dang it. Okay. We gotta spin out from here, guys. I'm gonna leave that King of Pentacles, that gold loving king. Did he really do something wrong? Don't come for me, guys. Don't come for me. Did he do something wrong? All right, so this is better. I don't think that he did anything wrong. We're not seeing any wands here. Okay, wands are that very kind of get some energy. But here we're seeing it was about money, it was discussions, and I think at the time they were good friends. I think they were, the man on the golden escalator. So, but I'm not seeing any wands. That is a good thing. So, was he being framed? Correction. Were they trying to have information that could be used later? Was that why he was there? Why was he invested and involved? Strength in reverse. The moon card. He was there on vacation, guys. I do think that the moneyed people hang out together. But he was there on a private vacation. Does that mean that there was fun in the sun? Unfortunately, yeah, I think there was, but I don't think it was the primary objective of going there. I think the primary objective for going there and being involved with this person, it sounds like I'm talking about a single event. Being involved with Jeffrey was really financial. I think it was really financial, but there was a point where the financial quid pro quo was not working out anymore. And I do think it was legitimate investments. I want you guys to know that. Like, I don't think it was like some weird back office thing. That was unexpected. That was very unexpected. Are there active efforts by U.S. officials to suppress information about powerful individuals? Kind of covered that. Are there further powerful individuals that are being protected? That's a yes. So, owner of L Brands, Lex Wexner. Lex Wexler sounds like a better name. Yeah. Now, honestly, I think that he was there too in investigation capacity as well, or investment capacity as well. Yeah. But I think this was more of a shady money kind of situation. I think that guy was a little bit more shady. I picked him because I was a huge fan of Victoria's Secret until 2015 when their quality went out the window. I recently threw out somewhere in the vicinity of like $10,000 worth of bra and panty scents that no longer had life left in them. Not kidding. I was a huge fan, huge supporter of that company. So, what about old Bill? Bill. Nobody knows what Bill I'm talking about.
We don't know. If they're gonna know.
Well, there's two. So, Bill number one. Bill number one was there absolutely for some fun in the sun. And what is it? When there's frost on the pumpkin, it's time for Dinky Duncan.
Yes.
So that's what one of our friends who He's a deer hunter, not the deer hunter, but a deer hunter. So when there's frost on the pumpkin, it's time for Dinky Duncan. That's the rut season. That's the rut season for those of you who don't know anything about hunting deer. I don't know anything about hunting deer. I'm not doing anything like that. All I know is that one Gregtoberfest, we had the neighbors' kids were hanging up a deer during Gregtoberfest, and they all came down to eat. They're all still covered in blood. Yes, it was. But I was like, oh, what is it? Jaeger sausage. Jaeger
Jaegerwurst, yes.
Jaegerwurst is deer sausage. So I think we still have deer meat in the freezer, by the way. Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. So, so yeah, I do think that old Bill number one, was there for some fun in the sun. What about Stephen Hawking? Everybody's talking about Stephen Hawking, and that little known fact for those that really, really love him, or maybe it's not a little known fact. He was a fan of the Gentleman Club, so he would get brought to the Gentleman Club. Geniuses need time out too. Stephen Hawking. So I do think that this was more of an attention thing for him, having the attentions of young ladies around him while getting some work done. But he didn't get a lot of work done there. He was very distracted in terms of investments and things like that with Jeff. But there is something, I think it did cause some problems in his personal life here, and he eventually stopped going. I know he's gone. What about the other Bill? The other Bill. We figure out who Bill number 1 and 2.0 is. So Bill 2.0.
Figure it out. Give it to yourself.
Version 2.0.
Value your life. Allegedly.
For entertainment purposes only. Oh yeah, Bill 2.0 was on vacation from, he was somebody who liked The Strange. I hate to say it, like The Strange was good. We all know what The Strange is, right?
Me?
Yes. So everybody knows what The Strange is. So yeah, Bill 2.0. He liked The Strange. He liked to go on vacations like this. Let's put it that way. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him going to red areas in certain Dutch communities. Let's put it that way. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. So, all right. So those are some of the characters that were there. Will this list ever be made public during this administration? Don't change for you. Don't change a thing for me. So no, list is not going to come out during this administration. We're going to get the same kind of answers that we got out of Donald J. Trump the other day. What are you bringing up this guy for? We already established this. He did top himself. He did take care of business. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about some other things. There are going to be some other things that we need to discuss about that list. We do see that there is some look back, possibly in the next administration. I keep getting JD Vance, and I think JD Vance would dig into this a little bit more, and make some of those things come to light. It's poor judgment, but he will have support at that point. So I don't know why that is, but JD Vance possibly, if he gets another turn, he may may be able to do it. So what do we make out of this, U.S. public? Like, what's our best course of action to deal with this? What is our best course of action? And I'm getting right now that revolution is going to be the reverse tower card for me. Um, so we'll have to look for that in some readings. Our best course of action is just to do what we're doing and keep paying taxes. Um, Best course of action, I hate to say it, is just to sit tight and not cause a kerfuffle over this, because eventually we're going to have some organizations and groups that will come together to present the whole package. So I don't think this is over. Is Pam Bondi going to be a part of that? Pam Bondi. No, I don't think Pam Bondi. I think she'll be up and gone out of the position. I know I said, I don't think this administration is going to do anything about it, sadly. But I think Pam Bondi will be up and gone. Dan Bongino, will he have something to do with it? No, he's a little bit too fiery. I just want to say, oh, a little bit too fiery. And I think the louder he yells, the more he screams, the more in danger of being dismissed from that position he is. Just saying that right now. Kash Patel. Kash Patel is the one that is shaking hands and playing games there. Kash Patel. He's a part of keeping this under wraps for now. Is Kash Patel going to reveal all? Thinking about it, what's holding him back? What's holding him back is that he's going to have to depart from one of his teams, from one of the teams he's working with. So, best course of action for all of us, just sit tight. We just got to sit tight. We just got to wait for some things to come out. Things will eventually come out. It's going to be in a more digestible package, if that makes sense. So we'll just have to wait for that. I think it's going to be next administration. We'll have to see. As always, remember that everything can change. Butterfly effect. Free will is a huge part of the human experience. So you just have to bear with on that. But until then, until this revelation, sit tight. You're going to get part two. We're going to be talking about Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey is now demanding for transparency on this. And it's very curious because Kevin Spacey has been through the ringer on accusations of impropriety with other actors. I actually have my own Kevin Spacey story that I will tell in the second part of this. I hope I see you guys over there. Until then, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the future.